Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Go Girl Planner. As you can tell from the label here, it is an undated weekly and monthly planner that will last you 1 year, so it doesn't matter when you start it, will last 12 months. And it is a bit smaller than A5 page size. It's about 5 inches wide by 7.5 inches high. I really liked the inside weekly spread, which is why I got this one. The overall style, like the cover, looks quite similar to a few that I have seen off Amazon, which is where I found this one, by the way. I'll include a link below. It looks quite similar to the Puffin Planner and the Clever Fox Planner. So if you like that sort of style, but you maybe didn't like the layouts in those ones, maybe this one could be the right fit for you. So there's a few different color covers to choose from. I opted for something different. Normally I'll just go for like pink, but this one I went for this sort of different blue. It's not like a bright aqua, sort of like an odd kind of bluey medium blue, I guess. Anyway, so there is nothing printed on the spine. It's quite slim, probably only about, I reckon, 1.5 centimeters thick in inches, maybe like half an inch thick. It does have an elastic band to keep it closed. I've just taken off to film this video. It is so lightweight, like this feels like it weighs pretty much nothing. You can put this in your handbag and not even really notice that it's in there. So definitely ticking that box. So they do have this little info card if you want to see how to use it. You maybe pause the video and read this if you're interested. Otherwise I'll just show you as we go through the video. So bright white paper, first off, gets a big tick from me. I don't know what it is, but sewn bound planners just seem to love yellow paper, which I hate. So really like when they include bright white paper. So at the front here, you start with the goal planning section. There is a lot of categories for your goal planning. I'll let you read them all the usual. But they've also added this personal development, which I don't normally see in many planners, so something a bit different. I do think that maybe they could have given you a bit more writing space in here, especially since this is smaller than A5, so keep that in mind. Maybe they could have split that over 2 pages instead. Then we go into this top 5 goals for the year. Now, I absolutely love this page, and I think they got the proportions right with 5 steps for each goal. Just really like that, like a little flag, like it's a little bit extra, you know what I mean, like these little stars. It's not just like a plain square box on the page. And you've got a mind map, which is dot grid. I don't know if you can see that. The dots aren't like really dark grey, which is good. However, down the bottom here, I have noticed there's sort of like a bit, I don't know if you can see that on camera. See this here? It kind of like is missing the dots. So I don't know if that's a printing error or it's just faded or what's going on. I have had a couple of dot grid notebooks though, and after about a year or two, the dots have just about disappeared. So I'm a bit worried that might happen with this one. I can already see some other sections as well where the dots are fading already. Next, we go into the strategy, so I'll let you read these sort of like questions. Really like the lined writing space instead of just like an empty box. If I don't have lines, my writing will just end up so crooked. Now, all of the monthly calendars are clustered together at the front, which I really like. To me, that makes a lot more sense, especially when it's an undated planner. Just logically cluster all the months and then all the weeks later on at the back of the planner. They only give you 5 rows for each month, but it's fine because you're choosing the numbering. So instead of the annoying split boxes, like when they split it, diagonally or horizontally, you can just restart the numbering on the top row, which is what I prefer to do anyway. Starts on a Sunday, which I don't think is consistent with the weekly spread. No, it starts on a Monday. And then we have the lined note sidebar. Now that is quite narrow. I reckon that would be not quite an inch thick. I will measure that for you, and I'll measure a size of a box as well, and I'll include that in the blog post, which will be linked down below if you want those details. And we have the monthly goals, and then you got life balance goals. So I feel like there could be a bit of overlap between the two, so maybe you could just like white out and use this for note space or adjust it as you please. They don't have all of the categories in here. They've just kind of like separately, like they've merged to like spiritual and personal growth, which was separate on that other little summary page I showed you earlier. They've kind of combined them together. So I do like the different layout of this monthly calendar. I think you could just tweak it a little bit to suit your own needs. So we've got all those months at the front. Then after that, we go into the weekly spread. Now this is the main reason that I wanted this planner. And I will just break the spine. I don't know if you've seen me in other videos when I do this, to get the pages to lay completely flat, like they're laying relatively flat on their own, but I just want them to be completely flat. So just bend it back a little bit on the top and the bottom, and now they lay flat on their own, and I'm not even in the middle of the planner, as you can see, so that's good. They're laying flat. Now, if you follow me, you'll know that I absolutely love this style of weekly layout where you've got the horizontal days of the week on the left and then list space on the right. So like I mentioned before, it's not a consistent start date. The monthly calendar starts on a Sunday, but this weekly spread starts on a Monday. Not an issue for me, but maybe just keep that in mind if it is for you. The weekend has combined space, so they squeeze 2 days into the space of one. I'm not really a fan of that because I prefer to have more space on the weekend, but you do have this big doc grid section over here on the right, so you could always just divide that in half and make that Saturday, Sunday if you needed some more room. There is a to-do list, this week's priorities, and a little habit tracker. So I really like the simple layout of this, and I also like the lined writing space. Sometimes they'll just leave like an empty box. I much prefer lined or dot grid, which is exactly what this layout has, so I really, really like it. It's simple, it's functional, there's not like decorative stuff all over the page, but they've still got this cute little arrow on there. The design goes like right to the edge of the page, you know, it's not huge, weird margins or anything. I think it's a really functional spread. And I do think that that's important, especially when this page size is less than A5. They have utilized like all the space on the page. At the back here, we have some dot grid pages. Just show you, give you an idea of how many. So probably about 10, I reckon, maybe a bit more actually. That's quite a few there. I will count and include that in the blog post as well. That dot grid, and it's 5mm dot grid spacing. I should mention the bookmarks while I'm here. So there are 3 different colors. Really love these colors, man. If the cover was in this like blue, oh, I would love that. That would be really nice. So love those different colors, big tick. Also the pen loop is a nice little extra. And then you've got a pocket folder at the back and some stickers. Love these colors, so pretty. As for whether I would use these stickers, some of them I would, like I like urgent exclamation marks, but some of them I probably wouldn't, like I don't really need a light bulb sticker. But they are more on the functional side than some other planners that I've seen in this style. If you watch my other reviews, this sticker sheet's pretty much the same as Clever Fox. I don't know if you've seen that review, but they all must go to the same like manufacturer because the overall style of these planners is quite similar as well. I will be doing a pen test, and I'll include the link for that down in the description box below if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a couple of planner review videos each week, and the link will be down below to that blog post with all the details for this planner.